Quadie Diesel, the Vert's biggest Slytherin, and you watching FILO TV. Wagwan, Delawarean, Quad Delaware. Growing up in Delaware was regular. It was like I was being a kid, like having fun, playing sports, trying to find some money, going to parties, regular shit. Like shit was happening, but it wasn't like, it was like any other place. Growing up like a kid, that's really what it was growing up in Delaware. I never really lived one place for 5 years, so I always was moving. Yeah, and I was living out Wilton, that was fun. Like Wilton was fun as shit. I was living out Wilton when I moved out there when I was like 13. And I lived out there till I was like 16. So like that's like vital 3 years of your life, you know what I'm saying? 13 to 16, like get your first pussy, smoke your first weed, go through your first heartbreak, all that type of shit, like growing up. So yeah, that's why Wilton was the fun. And then we had the big ass park, everybody used to be at the park, you know, all the girls outside. We playing basketball all day and go find something to do afterwards. I got the name Diesel out of Wilton. I smoked some sour diesel for the first time. The first strain of loud, yeah, it was sour diesel. I remember we got it from this nigga named Jers, this old head. He used to have all this like all, remember when like Afghan Goo and Granddaddy Perp and all that was out, and you used to get like a $20 bag and only be like a 0.6 in there. It was like that. And all of us put up for a 0.6. It was like 4 of us put up $5 each for a 0.6. And we was still high as shit. And I was like, Quadie Diesel. First time I smoked, it was 2 different times. Cause the first time I smoked, originally I was out in Newark, and this white boy, I forgot his name, he was smoking. He's like, you wanna hit it? And I was like 12 or 11. I was either 12 or 11. And I took a couple pulls, I just gave it back. And then, but I wasn't smoking after that. Speaking of, yeah, thank you, OJ. Oh, Jizzle. But yeah, I still wasn't smoking after that. And motherfucking, then when I was out Wilton, I was like 14, and I had failed off the football team. It was my freshman year. I failed off the football team. I ain't had shit to do. Niggas was smoking at a bus stop. I smoked with them. I got high as shit. Matter of fact, I'm tripping. That's not what happened. My brother from Philly had stayed for the summer. And I didn't know he was trapping. If anybody be up in Philly and be in Abbotsford Projects, they know Earl. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Squirrels. Motherfucking, I didn't know he was trapping. And he had went back to Philly after the summer, and he left some Levi pants. I picked up the pants, and it was like a bag sticking out of it. And I took it out, and it was like all this Reggie shake. So I'm like, what the fuck he got going on? Because we young boys, I ain't, like, niggas wasn't trapper enough. That's when I was 13. That's how I know. Yeah, because I had smoked that. I smoked some of that. And then I just gave it to one of my friends. So I don't even remember who I gave it to. I gave it to one of my friends that smoked. I think I probably gave it to this nigga KJ. And motherfucking then later on, I still wasn't smoking though. Then later on, the football team shit happened. We was at the bus stop. Niggas started smoking. There's a nigga named Ayer. He was rolling up. The first weed high, it felt almost psychedelic. Like it felt like when you take like shrooms, like just laughing uncontrollably. When you close your eyes, you see shit, you see colors and all that shit. It was like it was psychedelic. It felt like shrooms. I had took sips of liquor before, like, you know, like your old heads, like your uncles or something, be like, yeah, go to taste the beer since you want it so bad, and then you be like, yeah, because it's nasty, and they start laughing, shit like that. And I used to smoke blacks, but that wasn't a drug. I used to smoke blacks when I was like 8, but then I quit smoking blacks because I wanted to get ready for football. But I hadn't did no drugs yet at that time. I just had smoked blacks. It's crazy because I was skinny as shit. My first year of organized football, they had me at right guard, and I was skinny as shit. Like we had this shit when it was like you got 1 stripers and 2 stripers and no stripers. No stripers could do whatever. 1 stripers could only catch the ball to advance, and 2 stripers, once they touch the ball, the play is dead because they too big. I was a no striper, and they had me on the line blocking all these 2 stripers and shit. And I played long snapper that year too. They wanted to do a shotgun, but we was only 10. They wanted to do a shotgun. I played long snapper. On defense, I was safety. At the end of the season, they put me at wide receiver. I scored my first play at wide receiver. Last playoff game, they put me at wide receiver and just kept throwing like lobs to me. So yeah, wide receiver was my position there. And then the next year after that, I switched. I was wide receiver and cornerback. Then I played defensive end. I played every position, like literally every position. There's not one position on the football field that I didn't play growing up. But it's crazy because I wanted to play quarterback so bad, but it's funny because I couldn't scramble. I could only pass. I couldn't scramble for shit, but not because like I couldn't scramble. I never even thought about scrambling. Like every time I'm dropping back, I'm thinking I'm looking for the pass till I get sacked. Now I was definitely trying to go to the NFL, 100%. Yeah, I failed off the team. to play for freshmen, you had to have a 2.5. I went to William Penn my freshman year. You had to have a 2.5. I had like a 2.1. They put me on all honors classes, and I don't do no schoolwork, so it was never about the work being hard. It was like, I'm not doing all this. I had mad zeros. Like, so you know how if you got mad zeros and everything else is like 90s and 100s, that shit gonna even out to like a C or a D. So I had mad C's and shit. But yeah, so I fell off the team. I was salty. Then after that, I kind of just like stopped taking football serious. I started rapping when I was 8. Me and my cousin Free Ruger. Everybody know me and Fu used to rap in Newark, New Jersey. We used to we had a tape called Little Warriors. We was on Hobson. If you're from Newark, New Jersey, you know where Hobson at. It's around the corner from Bagor, around the corner from Hawthorne, like that area. And motherfucking, we was just handing out our tapes on the block on Hobson Street. Yeah, I was 8 years old smoking blacks and handing out mixtapes. That sounds crazy. Oh shit, yeah, I was definitely 8 years old smoking blacks and handing out mixtapes. But I wasn't smoking blacks on Hobson. I used to smoke blacks when I went to my cousin's house. I could never smoke blacks on Hobson. My grandmother would have caught me. Now I used to always stop rapping and then rap again, cause I was more focused on like sports and shit as a young boy. I used to just rap on the side, like I wasn't trying to be like a rapper. But then every once in a while I'd be like, damn, I want to be a rapper. And then I rap and make some songs. I used to put songs on MySpace and all that. Motherfuckers used to have my songs. Like girls used to have my songs on their MySpace. I was tough. That's a fact. It kept sticking and unsticking for real. It'd be like I remember like when I was like 16, I met this nigga named Aaron, and he was like basically managing me, but he was really made me take serious. He was managing me. At that point, I was more so taking the craft serious, like trying to be a good rapper. I wasn't trying to make it. Like I wasn't trying to make videos or make a project. I was more so like just writing a bunch of raps, trying to get nice at it. But I was already nice, but just like me and my nigga Val, Joey Moon used to be his name, and rap. We used to like get together and just like rap all our raps.
Pound it at Seth Rogen, D.R.A.M. I got the audience, playing bitches like accordions. Pour Bacardi in my pockets fatter than the Parker bitch. We the different colors, plus we market it. When it's so cold, the North Face feel like a cardigan.
Ken Rosa, the plotter, he used to like just like had me on some like this how you gotta like structure it, shit like that. Then my old head Bees, he used to just make me freestyle for hours. And like he throw shit at you while you freestyling, like, all right, now say everything we did today. All right, now tell the story backwards, shit like that. And I'd just be freestyling for hours. Like that Juice WRLD video, like I used to do that shit all the time. It's crazy because I probably couldn't even do it how I used to, because I don't be freestyling like that no more. Like when I get high, I don't be freestyling. I be talking about some real life shit. But motherfucking, I used to do that shit all the time. Like when I seen that shit, I was like, that's tough. I used to do that all the time. Like just freestyle for hours and be bars in there and all that. All right, so when I first met Rosa, I was 13. I think around that time, let me see, it was 13. That's 2008. So I'm probably listening to Mad Lil Wayne, Soulja Boy, and probably whoever was on the radio at that time, because I was only 13, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like all deep into it and shit. Then I met Rosa, and he started putting me on like hip hop shit. Like that's when I started listening to Nas, Wu-Tang, shit like that, like old Nas. So yeah, around that time, like when I met Rosa, that's when I'm listening to hip hop. Like I'm listening to Nas, Big Pun, AZ. Rosa wasn't really big on Hov, but I was already a Hov fan by then, cause you know I'm from Jersey originally, so you know niggas love Hov. And motherfucking yeah, but mostly Lil Wayne though. Lil Wayne was the one for me around that time. Lil Wayne and Soulja Boy probably around that time. Then I met Rosa, started listening to like all the old boom bap shit, Wu-Tang, all that. Yeah, cause back then I only cared about the punchlines. I only cared about how good you could compare something to another thing. The Delaware music scene, I did a song called Blueback Brazy.
I go hard for my section, you gon' call for protection. Every day I'm really risking my life, young nigga just flexing. Weapons on weapons, it look like an action movie on Epic.
And yeah, that song started gaining a little traction. And motherfuckers started like booking me for shows and shit. And that's when like I started meeting other Delaware artists and shit like that. But before that, it was just like me and my niggas. At that time, me, Ty Kenny, Dills, that was Bass Gang, Rosa. But me and Rosa wasn't really dropping songs together. We just was making a bunch of songs. My nigga Bellini, my nigga Turt, my nigga Louis V, that's actually Dill's brother. Who else? Oh yeah, once I started making music, I did a track with Yoey, Kim Masters. Who else? I'm trying to think of who else I did tracks with. That was from Delaware. Thwag not from Delaware, but yeah, Thwag. But yeah, Thwag was living in Delaware, so he was part of the scene at the time. Yeah, that's probably it. If I forgot you, my bad. But yeah, that's from Delaware. That's all I could think of off the top of my head around that time. And Hop We Trust. That's for my man Tarif Combs. Name Hop. Yeah, Flea. We call him Hop. We call him Flea. He from the Bronx. He passed away, and we wasn't really on a rest in peace. Hop. We were saying that Hop We Trust. I don't even know why we started saying that, but we were saying that Hop We Trust. And I just made the song. Yeah, I just made the song for my bro. Yeah, I got that shit tatted on my neck. I love that nigga, yeah. Hop and Hop We Trust. Facts. Yeah, that was a real nigga. I was one of the ones. Like early. Armin's in motherfucking Till. That helped me a lot. Armin, I met him through Thwag. That was one of Thwag's old friends, and he was he wanted to like take the music industry more serious as far as like from a CEO standpoint. And we started rocking with Armin. He just like helped to structure the shit more. Like he knew what he was doing. So yeah, Armin helped me a lot. We dropped. I was dropping shit when I was fucking with Armin. I dropped Pigtails. That's when me and Thwag was doing Thwagachini. And Pigtails and what's the other one? Scorpion. And then I dropped the whole Bracula joint while I was with him. And it's crazy because I didn't even shoot no videos for the songs off Bracula. Only videos on Bracula, the only song on Bracula I got a video, I think it's Satellites.
Fuck with the Mexicans, talk from the United Kingdom. I hop out and splash with my ooh. Fuck with Brazilian, whip be reptilian. People complexion, you envy can move.
I think that's the only joint I got a video, and that's cause after me and Armin wasn't even beefing or nothing. He just like he wasn't on it as much as like I was on it at the time, but I know nigga had other shit going on, so I had got another manager. But yeah, me and him still cool. We never even was beefing or nothing. We just stopped working together. But yeah, Armin helped me a lot.
I got fiends, I think I'm Mr. Feeny. I got fiends, I think I'm Mr. Feeny. I got fiends, I think I'm Mr. Feeny. I got fiends, I think I'm Mr. Feeny.
Oh yeah, Mr. Feeny. I was with HeavySet Records when Mr. Feeny dropped too, and then D.R.A.M. You know what's crazy? All right, so my nigga Izzle, and me and Izzle work together now too. But back then we were just cool. Me and Izzle met at my man Julito that passed. We met at Julito's candlelighting. It was like a candlelighting tribute thing on his block, and I met Izzle, and we was playing music after the we was on his girl porch smoking around the corner from Julito's house. Yeah, R.I.P. Julito too. And we was smoking, and I played him and Fry a song. It was Mr. Feeny, and at that time he was moving around in the music business, and I guess he showed it to D.R.A.M. So one day I'm on Twitter, right, and D.R.A.M. just followed me. At this time he got one of the biggest songs in the country. He had the Broccoli joint with Yachty. That's crazy foreshadowing now that I think about it, because he had the Broccoli joint with Yachty. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, because I ended up doing a Yachty joint later. But basically D.R.A.M. had followed me, and somebody asked him on Twitter, they was like, what song do you listen to every morning? And he was like, Mr. Feeny by Quadie Diesel. I had already dropped the song by then. Come on, I showed it to Izzle, I didn't drop it yet. And motherfucking yeah, he said Mr. Feeny by Quadie Diesel. I went crazy. And then I was in New York with Armin. Me and Armin at like we had a deli or something, and Izzle walked up to me and tapped me, and he was like, yo, D.R.A.M. want to get on that Mr. Feeny joint. And I was like, that's tough. And then yeah, that's how that happened. I don't think at that time, I think we didn't know what to do with the record as far as promotion. I think we just thought we was gonna put it out, and he was big, and it was just gonna pop. Like a nigga probably thought he was on when that record dropped. Like probably thought I was about to get $10 million or some shit like that. Like when that record dropped. But yeah, that definitely opened up doors because people started seeing it still. Yeah, so yeah, that opened up doors. All right, so it's funny because all this shit kind of start from Thwag. Me and Thwag, we was chilling or whatever. He was like, yo, go to Philly with me. I was like, what's up? What's in Philly? He was like, we about to go to this show. My mans and them having a show. Thermo and K Sachi. So we go up to the show, and I seen the nigga Sachi do some funny shit. Girl said something smart. People, I don't know Sachi at this time. He like this short nigga with a varsity jacket on and blonde hair at the time. He got blonde hair. The girl said something smart. She sitting on his lap. He got a big ass chair, like a chair on the stage. He was like, something. I couldn't hear what he said, but she said something back. He was like, watch this. He was like, get up, get off my lap. While he got the other girl that was like next to him and told her sit on his lap. I was like, oh, this nigga cold. I had liked that shit when I seen that shit because it was so funny. I couldn't believe he did that. We had a good time or whatever. And a couple months later, just like a year later, I dropped, what's it called? Sleazy. I dropped Peasy. And motherfucking, I'm shooting a video for some other song. And he called me. He might have got on my live on Instagram and then said call him. And he was like, you gotta come to Atlanta. And he didn't know that he had already met me at the joint. Thermal knew though. Thermal was like, nah, like we was chilling with him and Thwag, boom, boom. He was like, yo, I'm about to throw a party down in Atlanta. You should come out here. Like, we need to, you know what I'm saying, go fuck some shit up. He was like, your shit mad hard. Niggas need to hear this. He was talking about Peasy, and I guess he had tapped into some other shit. I had just bailed out for some other little dumbass shit I did in Jersey on my birthday. So it's right after my birthday. Booked on my birthday. And they forgot to take my phone. Yeah, it's still on my YouTube. Yeah. And the cop finally seen me on live. I was on live in a cell.
So listen, we're not charging with the DUI, so we're just charging with the drugs.
Yeah, that had happened. I went to Atlanta. Me, him, Guala, Sig, Cito pulled up, Ponchos pulled up, Bandana pulled up. I don't know if Smoke pulled up. I don't think Smoke pulled up that night. I don't remember. But yeah, everybody pulled up, and we just all had we went out and we partied. At their party, they rented out like a church or some shit. And this nigga had mad Capri Suns filled up with liquor and was throwing them out. And I was like, what the fuck? And we had mad fun that night. And I remember Yachty had pulled up to the party, but he didn't go in. He was just out front. I seen Yachty. I was like, that's tough. Then he pulled up to Sachi party. I'm like, he have emotion. That's tough. After that, we just started having fun. Me, Sig, and Guala shot a video. We was wildin'. Pulled up to the airport, wildin'. Pels was driving. My nigga Pels was driving. He was mad nervous because we was wildin'. But we had fun. And after that, niggas just locked in. So yeah, that's how that happened in Atlanta. And then later on, Sachi and them introduced me to Key.
You Quadie, man? Yo, let me tell you something right now. Look, my man is upstairs with God, nigga. Lakes to Hughes, nigga.
Me, them, and Key went on a mini tour. That's around the time Gangsta Friends dropped. It was just mad shit happening with that Atlanta shit. Me and Guala was locked in around that time. Guala, and then we was all in a group message too. So we all used to be talking every day. So yeah, that shit was fun. Oh yeah, we went to Yachty 4th of July party the next year. I done known these niggas for a year now. We've been going crazy. We go to Yachty 4th of July party. We on stage. Security tried to kick me off stage. Yachty was like, nah, he good. He with us. And after that, like, and I had already knew Yachty DJ. Yachty DJ from Philly. Dang, he from Philly. Later on, I guess he was chilling with Filthy. And I guess Filthy had put him on to me. Cause I had never told him I rap. Cause when I would see him, it's not like we all like, it's a party going on. Like niggas ain't talking, you know what I'm saying? We just see each other, what's up? But every time I had seen him for that, it was a party. But you know, he fuck with Guala, Cito, and Smoke, and Lucky, and all them, and I fuck with them too. Motherfucker, I guess he had heard my music. Niggas had kept putting him on my music. Then, so I think Guala and Cito and Smoke put him on. Now, Cito didn't even know my music like that time. It had to be Guala and Smoke. I think they put him on. He linked Tierra Whack. She put him on. They called me. Him and Tierra Whack called me. They was together in the studio. He was like, we got to do something. No, I don't even think he said we got to do something at the time. He was just telling me he fucked with this shit. Then I was on Instagram doing the verses against my nigga Lou, Hollywood Lou. Niggas know Hollywood Lou if you're from Delaware. It was Dipset versus the Locks before they did it in real life. We used to play the songs on live. Like, it'd be a versus, and me and Lou would go back and forth playing our songs, and the people in the live pick who won that round. It's funny because I beat him with Dipset. I beat him. We didn't finish, but I was up to the point he wasn't going to be able to win. But I knew how to control the crowd. Like, I remember he was playing bigger songs, but I knew what song could touch niggas' hearts. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing shit like crunk music. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting crazy. This is that get crunk music, get drunk stupid, hot like space 4-5 on waist. Like, niggas feel that, you know what I mean? So I'm fucking them up. Yachty coming alive. Yachty like Dipset. He probably don't want niggas to say that now because you know what happened in real life. But nah, Yachty definitely came alive and said Dipset, of course. And then he was like, check your DM. Check my DM or whatever. And he was like, we gotta do Gangsta Friends. It's funny because he fucked up the live. When he came in the live, we couldn't even do the shit no more because all his fans came in and they started spamming the comments. So we couldn't pick out of the songs. And motherfucking, yeah, I had got booked, made bail. As soon as I made bail, I flew to Atlanta, did the track. But we did like 4 tracks, but we ended up liking Bygones the best. So we ended up shooting a video for Bygones when niggas did the WhenSmokeClears, Sachi and Thermal. They did the carnival. And Yachty put up to the carnival. We was in the West End in Atlanta. And motherfucking him and my nigga Lucky put up to the carnival. Yeah, boat came through. We did the motherfucking video. We dropped that joint. Oh yeah. Nah, my nigga Lucky is don't call me Lucky. Yeah, don't call me Lucky. That's my man. He from Brooklyn. Yeah, so Yachty and Lucky pulled up. We shot the videos, mad niggas out there. Everybody was out there. Yeah, my nigga Troy. He was styling Maddox, and he told me to come to the video shoot that he was styling Maddox in. Oh, this dog going crazy. And yeah, I came to the video shoot, and niggas was telling me they like my music and shit. Like, it was like, I came to the studio after the video shoot, and Oogie and Filthy was telling me what they fuck with. I think Brandon was telling me what he fuck with too at the time, Forza. And me and Ness had already smoked in the car while the video shoot was chilling, so he was saying he wanted to fuck with me. And that's who ended up managing me after Armin. Me and Ness we started rocking. Me and Filthy got close. For me and the whole WorkingOnDying got close. Like, niggas used to be sleeping in the studio together every night. I used to pull up to their crib, cause they all had a crib together. I used to pull up to their crib with the Zai. Nah, it was the Loud at that point. It wasn't even Zai. I used to pull up to their crib with the Loud. And yeah, we just having fun and making tracks. And Uzi used to be there at the studio because they was working with Uzi. And it was just a good time. Motherfuckers was doing music and growing. Yo, me and Uzi never did a song. We used to just be together every day. Yo, people thought that when it was a snippet of me and him listening to one of my songs, they thought it was a feature. But nah, we just used to be in there playing music. Like, if you see, like, the one, it'd be mad snippets of me and him playing music, and people think, like, we was listening to something else. Like, nah, we was just listening to music. Like, we wasn't listening to no features. Because we all used to be at the studio every night. And we all used to fall asleep at the studio. Like, everybody used to sleep at the studio because niggas would be working till, like, 5 in the morning. 7 sometimes. Niggas work till the sun come up around that time. Every day. I don't really, like, work with, like, rappers like that from Philly, except for, like, my niggas. But my niggas did it in Ja, niggas like that. Like, yeah. But rappers in Philly, I don't really be working with a lot of rappers in Philly. I just be in Philly, but don't be on some rap shit. Like, I'm trying to think if there's any other rappers I really like. Oh yeah, with T.R.A. I don't be thinking about that because, you know, she big, so she don't like live in Philly. Like, what she do, I don't know for real. But yeah, T.R.A. She knew Julito too, so we all knew Julito. So it was like we had a common friend, and she fuck with my music, I fuck with hers. And first time I met her was actually I was backstage at the Uzi and Friends show. The joint they used to what's it called, the Wachovia Center? What is it? That's what it is. What's the center where the Sixers play? Wells Fargo. Yeah, I guess we was at the Sixers stadium. That's my dog Z. How did me and Z meet? All right, so first, Z was working with Filthy, and they had dropped this track, and it was like La Cienega. I forgot how the track go, but I liked the track. And people were telling me that we should work together or whatever, and I liked what I seen from him, and I was like, nah, he tough. But we had never like reached out. But we found out when we met each other, people was both telling us like, nah, we need to link. Like, they was calling us twins before we ever even met. They was like, nah, that's your twin, y'all need to link. And motherfucking I already knew Na-kel Smith, for anybody that's wondering which Na-kel Smith. Y'all know Na-kel Smith, he's one of them bulls. Me and Nak, we was about to link out Cali, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna have Z pull up. No, Z came out Cali, and I told him, I was like, link. Or he said link, I don't know who said link, but one of us hit each other up, but we already knew we was gonna do it, because people kept telling us we need to link. So Filthy had told me we need to link him, Na-kel had told me we need to link him. I went and picked him up. Like, as soon as we linked, we was on some we about to work shit. But then he was like, I got Knock and Tebe coming up. Tebe, that's Earl Sweatshirt. Me and Earl we was already talking like in DMs and shit. And I knew he knew Knock, and me and Knock was already like cool. Yeah, Z said he was pulling up. No, I went to go pick up Z. I be fucking up. I went to go pick up Z, and he was like, yeah, Knock and Earl gonna pull up, and that's Black Noise. And really, we just linked, and we got zooted, and we made we made a tape in 2 days. That shit was hard. We did like 2 tracks the first day, then we did 11 tracks the next day. So it was like 13 songs in 2 days. We was zooted out our minds. Highest I ever been in my fucking life.
First of all, Risky, it's a known fact. You can't be a billionaire unless you do shrooms. That's like a known fact. You could be a millionaire. There's no such thing as a billionaire that's never done shrooms.
How you think Jeff Bozo thought of that Amazon shit? He did some shrooms.
He said like, Jeff Bozo.
I thought that was his name. What's his name? Yeah, that video. That was like me and Z had just met. People don't know that. Cause we clicked like this as soon as we met. It was just like when I met Guala. It's like certain people you meet and it's like, nah, like this my tribe. Like they part of my tribe. Like we just distant cousins for real. We took shrooms and we went on like a what you call it? A walk? Like what you call it when you walk? A hike, yeah. We went on a hike. What you call it when you walk is crazy. We went on a hike. We got lost. Risky was there. Risky ain't take no shrooms though. And Risky, he had to lead us back because he was the only one not high as shit. Everybody else was zooted. and we got lost in the woods. And that's when you it made the video. Me and Z is actually on FILO page.
Bitch back.
I'm going down him on one hit right in his eyes, right through his throat.
I'm his gray shoes. Purple shoes.
You can't even,
That nigga got stuck like twice.
So that day we just did Shrooms, we did 2 tracks. And the next day, that's when it was crazy. Cause the first day, I don't even think Knock and Earl pulled up. It's weird me calling him Earl, cause we call him Tebe, but just so people can know who I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, Earl. It was the next day, everybody pulled up, and I had woke up. I did acid on the sugar cube, acid busting. Then motherfuckers, I take some more shrooms. I'm zooted. Z get there, he takes some shrooms. We zooted. So I'm off acid and shrooms right now. I'm trippy tripping. And then my mans pull up. He got some Molly. Niggas put the Molly in the juice. Now I'm smacked. Now I'm super smacked. The same nigga that had the Molly, the acid, and the shrooms was like, yo, I got some ayahuasca. We ain't got no pipe or no like bong. You know what I'm saying? We smoke out of joints. Why the fuck we rolled an ayahuasca up in the joint? So now I'm off Molly, shrooms, acid, ayahuasca. And I forgot. I think I took an E. I'm pretty sure I took an E. I'm almost positive. And motherfucker, I forgot all about the E. So niggas went Super Saiyan mode. That's the highest I've ever been in my life. Don't think, because I said that's an everyday thing. That was a one-time, crazy-ass day. Niggas crashed the nigga car on the block. Me and Z did 11 songs. Risky hopped on a song. Tebe was like helping us like construct the tape the same night it was done. We putting the shit in order already and shit. We high as shit thinking of videos and shit. Like, yeah, that was one of the funnest days of my life. That was the best studio session I ever had in my life. And that's the highest I've ever been in my life. That was so fun. I can't wait for y'all to hear the music, because y'all gonna know from the music how much fun we was having, because the crazy shit we was saying. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm sorry that you get a high tolerance for it, because I would do shrooms every day. I would do shrooms like people smoke weed. If you ain't get a high tolerance for it, I'd be high off shrooms all the time. My favorite way to do it, chocolate bar. Yeah, chocolate bar. Like the good chocolate bars are the ones when they mix it good. I had a cookies and cream one. That was my favorite way I ever took shrooms. I had a cookies and cream chocolate bar. You'll take the shrooms and you'll realize there was some shit you was putting in the back of your mind that you need to deal with. So it'll bring it from here to the forefront. That'd be that. Like me even acknowledging something that I wasn't acknowledging, or I was glancing over, or I was ignoring on purpose, something I need to deal with. Yeah, that. It could get emotional, but it's like good, because you need to be emotional sometimes. You need to be vulnerable so you could get over the shit, or not even get over it, just deal with it. Shrooms will make you deal with some shit.
But some people call a bad trip, I be calling a good trip.
I say that all the time. I be like, I needed it. Like, yeah, I was crying and all that, but I needed it. You know how they say you do drugs to run away from your problems? Nah, shrooms, you run straight to your problems. Like, yeah, I did DMT. Crazy, unexplainable. It felt like I understood the whole world while I was in that. Like, while I was in that world, I felt like I understood this whole world. Cause I went to like some other shit. It was out of body. It was a lot. My first time doing shrooms, I know we all split a quarter. It was like 4 or 5 of us that split a quarter. Yeah, it was actually crazy. Cause I was with Uzi Vert, and my nigga Phelps, and my old head. He put shrooms in the blender with lemons and water, mixed that shit all up and gave us shots. And we took that shit, and Uzi started playing all this unreleased shit. And you know how good his music is. So here, being on shrooms for the first time and hearing the unreleased shit, I remember that nigga played the Make It Rain and I Leave It There. I don't never clean a mess up. Budokai, bitch, we eating it. So dark, can't see in it. He played that shit. I was like, nah, this is crazy. So yeah, niggas just had mad fun that night. You know what's crazy? Growing up, I didn't even think of shrooms. The only like reference I had to shrooms, and probably when niggas did shrooms in movies, I probably didn't notice, but the only reference I really had to shrooms was in Big Daddy. When they was trying to get to McDonald's breakfast on time. And it was that one actor that was that's from Boardwalk Empire. He was like homeless, and they was like it was like the young bull from Zack and Cody. And he was like, how'd you end up like this, homeless man or whatever? And he was like,
they made some really bad choices after high school.
Yeah, we gotta get going, buddy.
Why? Well, this was during the so-called disco era. but for me it was more the doing mushrooms era.
Oh, okay, we're gonna miss breakfast.
That was the only real like reference I had to shrooms, so I looked at it like weirdos take shrooms because he was homeless and broke, so I never wanted to take no shrooms. Whole time I finally took shrooms. It's the exact opposite. It's a rich people thing. Rich people do shrooms and think of more rich ideas on shrooms. My favorite drugs is like shrooms and acid, like psychedelics. I'm not really like a pill popper. I'll dabble. I'm not really a pill popper. It's not my thing. Like I've popped pills before, but I'm not a pill popper. That's not my thing. I'm more of a psychedelic. I smoke a little bit of weed now. I used to smoke a lot of weed. Trying to stay out the streets. Biggest, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause the nigga kept catching little dumbass cases and it kept fucking my situation up as far as like being on probation. Couldn't do what I wanted to do. So that's the hardest part, trying to stay out the streets. Get some money and get a plan. Don't just be out here just doing shit. Just like get a plan. Like this is how I want to be perceived. This is how I want my aesthetic to be. This is what I want it to look like, sound like. Don't just be out here just doing shit. Like get some money, get a plan, execute. Don't be too random. Still do art and be artistic and creative and free, but put that shit in the plan. Organize that shit. The Vert's biggest Slytherin dropping soon. I don't got a date yet. More singles, more merchandise, more fashion, more photo shoots, more content. I want to start doing more of these, like interviews, more some YouTube shit. I might get up there and cook. I might start showing off fits, like just more content. So people, I feel like people just hear my music and they don't get to like get the feel of Quadie, like who I am as a person. Yeah. I'm a cool guy. I'm a pretty cool guy. So I want to show that more. Shout out to everybody that fuck with me. Love is love. And RPP and B Rock. Love is love.